this is Rob's Ramblings and Reactions. I am Rob Webb, aka William Robert Webb III, aka Tetsuo the Great, aka Tetsuo Man. And like I said, this is Rob's Ramblings and Reactions. Cue that musicless intro. And we're back. So what am I going to be talking about? I'm going to be talking about that there is a video game Hall of Fame kind of deal going on. There's lots of controversy over what was inducted in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to name off all of the games, and I'm going to analyze them. My attitude on whether or not they deserved it or not, and I know what they are, but I'm just stalling for time so I can make this video a little bit longer. So you've got Doom, Pong, Pac-Man, Super Mario Brothers, Tetris, and World of Warcraft. So I am going to analyze this one by one. So Doom. I remember playing Doom when I probably shouldn't have as a kid, and it is probably the... Well, it is. It's the only PC game, so probably there's going to be some... Wait, no, World of Warcraft is also a PC game, so... But them being the only PC games are probably going to have some of the people in the PC Master Race be like, there should be more PC games. Well, it's kind of the fact that you've got at least any PC games is kind of a big deal to me. Because I could definitely see the idea of just sticking to arcade games and consoles being a big deal. I know there's also some controversy over the fact that Space Invaders didn't get anywhere near on there. The thing about that is, well, there's only so many slots. Probably World of Warcraft. I think it's probably the only one that's really contentious on there. Because, well, yes, it's of any game that's actually still being played over a decade later, that's a big deal. But, I don't know. But Doom, again, like I said, Doom. Love Doom. Had it, was able to play it when probably I shouldn't have, and at least controversy alone should have been on that list. Makes sense. Pac-Man makes sense because Pac-Man is probably the very first game that actually had a character with a personality of any sort. Like, to actually possibly knock Space Invaders. You're just a ship in a thing going do. And Pong is important because it was one of the very first arcade games that was like huge. Of course, there was what was it, Space War? I can't remember the name of it, but there was one arcade game prior to it, and it's actually in the Charlton Heston film. Why is it? Can't remember the name of it. Huh. But it's in Charlton, not Planet of the Apes. What is that one? Anyway, I'll probably get back to that once it pops in my head. But I think it's a very good list. Probably Donkey Kong would have been great on there, but I think they didn't put Donkey Kong on there because of the fact Super Mario Brothers is. So having a Miyamoto game on there at all is a pretty big, cool thing. So, there's controversy over various different things. Some people felt like, well, just put Miss Pac-Man instead of Pac-Man, and while arguably Miss Pac-Man is arguably probably a better game, it makes sense to probably say, hey, this is the first game, and the first game with a protagonist that you could identify with because they had character to them. So there's that. Of any of the arguments against anything, I could, again, going back to World of Warcraft, that's probably the one that I could agree with, because it wasn't even the first MMO. It wasn't even the first MMO to gain any kind of prominence or even have, I remember the hysteria over EverQuest and it being called Evercrack, and I even played EverQuest. It's not a crack. And I actually have never played World of Warcraft, so maybe. But it did sort of lead to this whole thing within the game industry where everybody tried to do a sort of WoW clone of an MMORPG, and at this point, WoW's the only thing that sort of still is out there. So it's just keeping that in my mind. But yeah, so that is what's going on with this Hall of Fame thing, and I have pretty much not that many disagreements. I kind of find it funny, though, that you've got some people arguing about Pac-Man, and I don't want to say it's all the left, and I consider myself part of the left. I'm very liberal. But on the left going, hey, no, Pac-Man over Miss Pac-Man. And then you got the right about violence, doom, who's horrible, and da-da-da. So it's kind of weird on those things, but I think we can all probably think, yeah, WoW. Should WoW be on there? I don't know. It just made me go, holy crap, that's been around for like a little over a decade or whatever. It's like, wow, really? WoW's been around that long, huh? So, I don't know. And the Charlton Heston films. Why can I not remember that movie? It's got the thing where you can... Got it. Soylent Green is made out of people. Yes! It was Soylent Green. Soylent Green had the very first arcade cabinet. Is in there. I think it's called Space Wars. I don't know. My name is William Robert Webb. Have a pleasant day. And, yeah.